Motion.
Second this motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
These aren't on yet.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I gotta get my thing.
You're good, thank you.
Are we good? Or are we? You boys have these ties. All right, we all ready? Are we good? All right, I do apologize for the delay this evening. Welcome to the regular session meeting for November 21st, 2023 at 7:05. I'd like to call this meeting to order. May I have roll call, please?
Mayor Orndorff.
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Here.
Vice Mayor Sui.
Here.
Commissioner Watson.
Here.
Commissioner Romanek.
Here.
I'd like to invite Pastor, oh, where'd he go? Sam Rimple for the invocation, followed by the salute of the flag, please.
All right, pray with me. Father God, we thank you for the opportunity to gather together. We pray that you will lead and guide these leaders, the decisions that need to be made this evening, the steps forward. We cannot claim to know the future. We only hope that we move in a direction that is pleasing and honoring to you. It's your great holy name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excuse me. What was that, WD-40? Need some WD-40 on our wheels. All right, this meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, were there any changes to this agenda?
No, Mayor.
Thank you. Because we have a presentation this evening.
Yeah, just the discussion of changes to the solid waste ordinance, and I believe Chris Finch is going to.
Okay, our recyclable coordinator, Chris Finch, is here, and he's going to be addressing you and the public in a moment. And before he does so, I just wanted to give an explanation from my perspective as a city attorney as to why this item is something that's on the agenda tonight. And the reason is that there's a state law, NJSA 40:66-1.3, entitled Reimbursement of Multifamily Dwellings for Waste Collection. And under that law, if a municipality provides waste collection or solid waste collection service for its residents, then it must also offer either waste collection to multifamily apartment dwellings, which would be in excess of 10 units, or reimburse them for the cost of their services. Now, we have a number of multifamily dwellings in the city that we do not provide waste collection service for at the present time. One of which, Oakview, has been making a claim against the city for reimbursement, and they have 210 units, I believe. They have an attorney that I've been working with. In fact, I spoke to him today, and they're seeking $44,895 for 2023 as the cost of their waste collection. Now, Mr. Finch, who I indicated is our recycling coordinator, I think did an estimate, and he can correct me if I got the number wrong, but I believe he told me that the cost to the city he would project for our providing waste collection reimbursement to the other apartment complexes in town would cost us about $340,000 that we're not paying now. So that's a lot of money, and I think the vice mayor probably can tell you how much of a tax increase that would represent if that's what we have to do. Now, our neighbors to the north, the city of Vineland, had a similar issue, and what Vineland did was Vineland created by ordinance a solid waste and recyclable utility, which you're allowed in New Jersey, if you're a municipality, to create what's known as a self-liquidating utility, which means we have one now in Millville, our sewer and water utilities. They bill a separate fee apart from the tax bill. You pay that bill. The money you pay the sewer utility goes into the sewer utility itself. It doesn't go into the city coffers, and then that money can only be used for the operation of the sewer utility. So if we were to create such a utility, then we would not be using city tax dollars or city tax fees for city collection, and would take away the argument that a multifamily dwelling would have. And by the way, a multifamily dwelling, I understand there are residential units in that dwelling, but in reality, it's a business. I mean, it's a business like any other business, and the question is, should city taxpayers be subsidizing a business by providing them with free or, subsidized tax or solid waste and recyclable collection? So Vineland created that utility, and if you read the Vineland ordinance, it's very similar to the one that is on the agenda tonight. It provides that the only residential units would be billed for the trash collection fee, but only they would receive the service, and that businesses, multifamily dwellings in excess of 10 units would not be assessed the fee, and most importantly, would not receive the trash collection service, which, and I'm going to get to it in a minute, which is becoming very, very expensive. So that would save money for the residents of Millville, because they would not be stuck with the cost of providing trash collection for businesses that happen to be in the business of operating a multifamily apartment complex. Now, the ordinance that's on the agenda tonight does not establish what the fee would be, and it would be a monthly fee. I can tell you that in Vineland, and their ordinance does not do so either, it provides that they fix the fee each year by resolution, and it's got to be based upon what the actual cost of the service is. In Vineland in 2022, their monthly fee was $25 per unit. I think ours will be less than that, and I think Chris can address that when he gets up and talks to you. I also wanted to give you a little bit of the historical background of waste collection in the city, because I've been around here for a while. This is my third commission. And I can tell you that the last time that the city put out a bid, an RFP for trash collection services, we got one bidder. That's what we got. So we were stuck with that bid, whatever it was, whoever made the bid, whether their service was good or bad. but we were stuck with that. And so I think based on that history, the prior commission correctly, in my opinion, decided to enter into a 5-year shared services agreement with the Atlantic County Utilities Authority, which is a governmental entity, to provide solid waste and recyclable collection for the city of Millville. As I might add, the city of Vineland and the city of Bridgeton also did in that particular point of time. Now, Vineland has decided not to renew with the Atlantic County Utilities Authority, and it was my understanding that they put out a bid for trash or solid waste and recyclable collection and didn't get any bidders, which just tells you something about the whole cost of the service. And Vineland, it's my understanding, has now decided to purchase its own trucks and then to find someone else to do the trash collection. I'm not sure what Bridgeton is doing at the present time, but I can tell you both Vineland and Bridgeton assess a fee for trash collection. Now, we did, when we got the claim from Oakview, we did have meetings with the Atlantic County Utilities Authority to see if they would amend their existing agreement with us in order to service or provide service to Oakview, and they simply weren't willing to do it. And one of the problems is that they just don't have the manpower to do it, and I'm going to get to that in a minute, why that's a problem. Now, what is driving the cost up for trash collection? And the reasons are pretty obvious. One is fuel prices. The price of diesel, the price of CNG has just gone through the roof. Workers' compensation and casualty insurance. Chris was telling me that trash collection is in the top 5 industries for injuries. So, they're getting killed on their insurance costs. Tipping fees. Tipping fees, whether the hauler absorbs that or the municipality does, they keep going up. Wages and benefits necessary to attract and hire holders of CDL licenses. You have to pay a lot of money because there are other jobs out there right now. Regular haulers and transporters are offering a lot of money because there aren't enough people out there to fill the jobs. So those are causing the cost of solid waste collection to go up. Now, our contract with the ACUA expires at the end of March of 2025, which sounds like it's a long time away. It's really not. It's less than a year and a half. And Chris will address how long it takes in lead time to develop an RFP. But obviously, one of the things I think we would like to do as a commission for the benefit of the taxpayers to see if we can get the ACUA to extend the shared services agreement or to enter into a new one. Now, whether they're going to be able to do that or be willing to do it, it's questionable at this point. We don't know. If we go out to bid like Vineland did and we can't get a private hauler to issue a proposal, and I guess at that point we would have to go out and buy our own trucks and hire people. And I understand that if 10 is the number that you would need, that alone would be about $1 million in wages and benefits, and then that doesn't include the service personnel. Mm-hmm. It doesn't include the cost of the trucks, doesn't include the maintenance cost, doesn't include the fuel. So it can really be a huge, consumer of the municipal budget. So let me stop talking and let's hear from Chris, and he can give you some information about this.
Oh, I say just make sure that's on it. There's like a green light, I think, just
Flip it on the bottom.
on the
Chris.
actual mic
No, no,
itself.
no,
On the mic.
no, on the mic. Right by your thumb. There you go.
There it goes. Good evening. Brock touched on most of the stuff. like you said, when we were looking at the options, the solid waste and recycling utility appears to be the most efficient and economical choice for the benefit of the residents. The rough figures that we're looking at now would probably be around $20 a month. That would be subject to change one way or the other slightly, because we still have to get all the figures in, because, you know, we still don't have everything from all the departments that we need. The ACUA has indicated that they would probably be willing to extend the contract to the end of '25, but anything after that, we would have to negotiate with them. And I would recommend continuing to work with them if possible. They're easy to work with, they communicate well with us, they do a good job, they take care of any issues that we have in a timely manner, and quite frankly, they're probably going to be considerably cheaper than going out to a private hauler. If we can't reach an agreement with them, then the two options are, as Brock indicated, sign a contract with a private hauler, which the bid process is 18 to 24 months. That's because you have to award the bid 6 to 12 months minimum before the contract is going to take effect in order to get anybody interested to bid on it, to have time to get trucks together, get manpower together, that kind of thing. And you're probably looking at, for a private hauler, $3 million a year, and that's probably on the low end for the first year, and it would go up from there because of fuel and everything else. Private haulers, some of them can be very difficult to work with, and like Brock said, it can be hard to get companies to bid. Sometimes you get one, sometimes you get none. So it's really a roll of the dice with that. Now, picking it up in-house, you know, like he said, yeah, we'd have to purchase 6 trucks, probably 13 new employees, 10 of them with CDLs, a couple extra laborers for call-outs, and another mechanic for servicing all that, because our fleet staff is, you know, pretty busy now, so they wouldn't have the time to do the extra along with their daily stuff now. And then you, like he said, you have the fuel cost, the maintenance cost. Our workers' comp insurance would go up. So the annual cost of that would probably be similar, maybe a little more than a private hauler, with the initial startup cost of around another $3 million between the trucks and everything else. So that's why we're where we're at with the utility. So that's basically, you know, the situation we're in, and we're going to continue to talk to the ACUA, see if we can get another agreement for when this one runs out, and also explore the other options at the same time, just in case we need them to fall back on.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Chris.
Chris.
Chris, thanks for all, I know you put a lot of work in that, a lot of discussions over the last couple of weeks, thank you.
Anybody else, any comments, questions? The only thing I had questioned or mentioned was, is it possible, and I know this is when it comes to figuring out the actual fee, based on calculations, and maybe residents can chime in at some point or somehow, instead of doing monthly, would it be something that we could do quarterly, along with their water bill, you know, sometimes to get to City Hall or pay, becomes forgetful monthly, but maybe if we can do it with their water bill, I don't know if that'd be something.
Most likely it would be billed, it would be a monthly set bill, but the tax office would probably just issue it quarterly along
Okay.
with the other bills.
Okay, gotcha,
But it would be
that's
calculated on
monthly basis. Okay, that's perfect, thank you.
Yeah, and the actual fee would have to be fixed each year by a separate resolution. In other words, the ordinance doesn't set the fee
Set
at
it,
all.
it's just- okay,
And that's how Vineland's utility is set up. Because you don't know you don't know what fuel's gonna cost next year. You don't know what the other costs are gonna be.
okay. A work in progress, thank you, Chris. All right, moving on.
Motion that we pay the bills.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second to pay the bills. comments or concerns? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Warndorf?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Public comment on agenda items only. If anybody has questions or comments on agenda items only, please come to the podium, state those questions and concerns, and please limit those comments to 5 minutes.
Patricia Kears, 409 Peach Drive, Millville. Good evening. I have a question. I'm sure everybody knows what it's going to be on resolution. Number 8 for the sale of 10 and 20 Buck Street. I understand those properties are assessed for a total of $738,200, the tax assessor's office. I understand the county took over those buildings in 2019, 2012. The college had them. We took them over on June 23rd, I think, of this year. So we've had this property for right around 6 months, I guess, a little less than 5, actually about 5 months. So it's being sold for $150,000. And I respect the fact that you all have a different opinion than I do, but I think it is a little soon to sell it for that much less than what it's assessed at. I know it's been sitting there for years, I understand that, but I have a real issue with it, and I would just like to know your thoughts. I mean, did you know this assessment value before this meeting?
Can I
Can
just
I-
make
can I
one
resp-
comment? Can I just make one comment first? Not to the assessed value. I think you have a valid point. It was a question that I asked, right? Well, how many people have we had in, how many, interested parties? However, I think that building has sat empty for so long. How much longer do we want to wait in hopes that somebody might have interest? And why not put it's back on the tax roll, we're bringing revenue into the city, and it's gonna be a business in the city that's providing a service to our residents. How much longer are we willing to wait to just let it sit there?
How long has it been advertised?
It was, if I may, it was advertised nationally.
Yes.
Okay, so I believe that was a period of 3 or 4 months. I don't remember exactly. In addition, we reached out to various mid-level restaurant chains because that's what we decided we wanted there, a restaurant, to foster development in that area, an area that has stagnant for 20 years. So we advertised nationally. We reached out to several restaurant chains. We had some interest, but nobody bid until the current proposal came in. So we bought the building for $1. We're selling the building for $150,000, $75,000 to the city, $75,000 to the county. To me, that's a pretty good return on investment rather than leaving it sit empty and to further deteriorate. It's going to take several $100,000 to rehabilitate the building. Now, I know what it was assessed for, but it was assessed when it was in really good shape. It's not in really good shape anymore. It's been sitting empty. Let's see, what else did I have? So, the what? Yeah, the land itself is assessed at $20,000. And the thing to remember, that one of the things that makes it less valuable to other people is the building itself is the footprint. That's all there is. All the land around it is Green Acres land, which to me wasn't a very good idea when they did it, but they did what they did. We're stuck with it. We attempted to contact Green Acres to exchange actually 8-to-1 acres for that area, and we were told, not happening. So we attempted to change that to make that area even more valuable. They would not allow that to happen. So we can wait another year, we can wait another 5 years, and in the end, we'll have just what we have downtown and on Buck Street right now, nothing. So, to me, this is a prime case of sell it. The bank building we bought for $400,000, we sold that for $450,000. and I don't even recall what the assessed value of that is. But this is a bigger profit on that for much less of an investment and much less of a risk to the city. So we advertised it, I wish that, hey, I wish 10 restaurants would have said, yeah, we want to come there and we'll give you $1 million. But they didn't. So do I think we should wait? No, I don't think we can afford to wait any longer for economic development. The longer we wait,
jobs.
the longer things dissolve. It's not good. So we'll have a difference of opinion on that, and I understand that, and I respect your opinion, but that's why I have the position I have on it.
Yes, it is, and I would just like to say it as a taxpayer, you're letting it go for $75,000 to the city. Please don't come to me in the spring with your tax increase, because you're selling these city properties. You're not giving it much of a chance. I know it's been sitting there for years. Who else tried to market it? Did the county ever try to market it? Did the college ever try to market it?
I think that the administrator put a lot of time and effort into coming up with a request for proposals to get a restaurant there. And it wasn't, okay, you've got to pay X dollars. They really were able to come to us and tell us what they wanted to do, because you have to remember, this is not a private sale that is subject to bidding. This is a sale under the local housing and redevelopment law. So it doesn't have to be for fair market value, because the point is, we want to see a restaurant there. And if that's what it takes to have a restaurant, then you have to find somebody that's willing to come there and to spend the money that it's going to take to get the property up to code and convert it into a restaurant, which is not cheap.
And additionally, it will be back on the tax rolls. So it's not hurting your tax rate, it's helping your tax rate by getting it back on the tax rolls.
And how long will that take?
Take a little while, we'll start collecting taxes as soon as the sale takes place on the land.
Well, I still don't think it was given a chance. I understand your thought process, but I absolutely do not agree, and I just want to express that. And my other question is, the sidewalks on High Street, are you going to put those little bricks in again?
So we're just putting that in the paver.
They're putting those bump outs in. It was a grant program. It started before we even took office.
No, the bricks. Is that how?
It's on the agenda to go out for bid.
Yes.
So-
There's two projects going on. One was a grant, one UEZ project to replace it, rebuild it the way, with the bricks. The other is coming. I can't recall if it's on the agenda tonight or not. I read it
I
earlier.
think that one is.
But it's to put bump outs in, similar to like Landis Avenue. So that was a grant program that was initiated before we got in office here. And that part is just going to be a follow-through with that, so.
So
But yes.
same
they're still-
bricks that
I
get-
wish we'd have put colored concrete in instead of those
Yeah,
bricks.
instead of
but
those bricks.
We didn't, so.
Thank you.
Okay, seeing nobody else, will close the public comment on agenda items only. Any petitions or letters?
No, Mayor.
Thank you. Reports of commissioners, Commissioner Romanek.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Good evening, everybody, and everybody that's watching. Zoning Board will be December 7th at 6 o'clock p.m., held right here. The next Planning Board will be December 11th at 6:30, once again, held right here. My business manager, Joseph Couchy, Mr. Couchy, has been doing a great job at setting up processes for the whole department. And I'm going to share a few of those. As you saw previous to this meeting, and we started at 4 today, of a vacant and abandoned properties list. And with the zoning department, we set up an inspections list to concur with what properties you visit and so on and so forth. So, and then we had the special hearings, and we had 9 of them today. That was the first time in, I think, since 2017 or 2019, for the special hearing of the vacant and abandoned properties, to move along with it in the city. And so that's set forth in place, and it's a slow process. I got good feedback from people that attended it. You should do this more often. It's just, there's not enough manpower. It takes time to get this all done, and dot all your i's and cross all your t's, but it's slowly getting there. We have a schedule now of who will be for housing inspectors in office and their office hours, and it's a document posted on the 5th floor, and it gives, like, Rios is from 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning, then 3:30 to 4:30. So, but basically saying the public is getting more knowledge and information for when and who is going to be in office or out of office for 5th floor. So once again, Mr. Couchy's just doing a great job at organizing, and it's a lot of behind-the-scenes work, but these are some of the things that I do see that the public should need to know, and especially with the vacant and abandoned properties, that's a step forward in the right direction for the city as a whole, too. Other than that, that's all I have, but progress is being made. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Hewitt?
Thank you. I mentioned last meeting that one of our main number one engine out for fires was down. It is back. It is up and running. It's back on the front line. Very important. Christmas parade. You'll be able to see it going down High Street this weekend. With that, I would like to make a motion to receive and file the month of October's fire, rescue, and police statistics.
Second motion.
A motion second to receive and file the October reports for EMS, fire, inspection, and police, excuse me. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Was that all, Commissioner Hewitt?
I'll give a quick breakdown of the month, if I can. EMS calls. We took 709 calls through EMS last month. Fire calls, 144. Fire inspections, 77. Police calls to 911, 2,967 calls. That's the breakdown for the month. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Watson?
Yes, and thank you. I do have the following numbers for the month of October. I know I'm a meeting late. 45 tires were collected, 21 appliances were collected, 366 electronic waste was received, 4,729 bags of loose leaves and grass clippings were collected, 256 street sweeping tickets were written, 82 curbside notice of violations were given, storm pipe replacement and permanent patch at the Buck and Foundry Street was complete, the permanent patch at North and Green Street was complete, the storm drain repair at the 900 block of Mulberry was done, the cul-de-sac repair at the end of Driscoll was complete, the storm drain repair in front of 426 Ellen Court was complete, the road repair on Brenda Court was complete, the road repair in front of 432 West Race Street was complete, the alley repair behind 400 block of South 2nd Street was complete, the loose leaves collection will start on November 6th, and like I said, I'm a meeting late, and the residents can continue to place loose leaves at the curbside until December 31st. If anybody has any questions or concerns, please contact Streets and Roads at 825-7000, extension 7388. And I do want to say thank you to Wayne and Chris for their hard work and what they put in trying to contact ACUA, meeting with Brock and Vice Mayor and myself. Good job to Chris, and thank you very much for coming. If you see this, that's all I have.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Yeah, upgrades are continuing at the sewer plant, and I'm really glad to announce that Columbia Avenue and Riverside Drive paving was completed there by South State. And I would also like to receive and file the, well, I got tax collector's report, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, for
Tax
October.
collector's report for the month of October 2023.
Second motion.
I have a motion second to receive and file the tax collector's report for October 2023. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Anything else?
No, sorry, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, just updates for Parks and Recreation. Holiday decorating was completed last week. Candy ornaments have been added to the tree to bring some extra Christmas cheer. Speaking of Christmas tree, oh my goodness. Speaking of Christmas cheer, Santa will be lighting the Christmas tree this Friday at the end of the Christmas parade. I cannot believe we're talking about Christmas already. All city-owned properties have had their last cut for the season and will be going back through for leaf removal. All irrigation properties have been winterized. Have you sent your letter to Santa Claus yet? I didn't. I guess I have to. I'm sure the kids don't have his address, or us parents tend to keep that out from him. So if you're unsure of Santa's address, no worries. If we can help you getting your letter to Santa. When you write your letter to Santa Claus, you can simply drop it in a special mailbox located in the police department's vestibule. Santa's elves stop daily to grab those letters and deliver them straight to Santa. Please make sure that your return address is clear and easy to read, and there's no postage necessary. Be sure to check your mailbox because Santa will be sending you a personal letter to your home. The annual Christmas parade, which is a Candyland theme, will be held this Friday, November 24th at 7 p.m. located on High Street between Harrison and Main. If you have not registered, please call the office by tomorrow. If you would like to enter your home or business in this year's holiday lighting contest, please email samantha.cruz@millvillenj.gov with your address. This year, the winner will be receiving a gift card. You must register by December 15th at noon, and the winners will be announced on December 20th. Good luck to all those who enter. A lot of people already have all of their Christmas decorations up, so kudos to those who've got out on the warm days to put them up.
Mine's done.
You're done?
I'm done.
You can come do mine. We only have 10 spots open for Swim with Santa, which will take place on December 1st. Please call the Recreation Department to sign up and further details. Our annual Winter Wonderland will take place Saturday, December 2nd from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on High Street. There will be games, face painting, character visits, pictures with Santa, ponies and goats, and a life-size snow globe. Come out and enjoy tons of wintry fun. I heard Cindy Lou Who and the Grinch are making an appearance again this year. The Remember Me ceremony will take place Sunday, December 10th at 6 p.m. at the American Legion. If you would like to honor the memory of your child who you have lost, please contact the Millville Recreation Department for more information. Lastly, we have partnered with the Holly City Development Corporation and the Holly City Family Center to host free swim at the Holly City Family Center from December 26th through the 29th from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Sounds like a good time when kids are out of school over a Christmas break. If you'd like to participate, you must register, so please contact the Holly City Development Center, Family, and or the Recreation Department. If you have any questions about any of these events, please feel free to give us a call. That's all I have for this evening. Going to ordinances under the second reading, please.
All right, item 1 is an ordinance authorizing amendment to motor vehicle and traffic regulations, municipal code, Article 10, Schedule 21, to remove parking reserved for handicapped persons at 701 East Mulberry Street.
Make the motion.
Second the motion.
I have a motion and a second on item number 1. There's a public hearing. If anybody in the public has any questions or concerns, please come to the podium and state those. Seeing nobody, will close the public hearing on this item. Any comments of commissioners? If I could just on this really quick, I brought this up to Vice Mayor. When we're doing these, I think that this would fall under Commissioner Watson. A resident brought it to my attention, or concern or question, how are we keeping track of these parking spots that are no longer needed? Wondering if we can generate a list that we already have and maybe send out an annual letter asking that resident if it's still needed, and then for them to like kind of respond to us saying yes or no. That way we can kind of clean that up if that's something we can just move forward and just something we can
Yeah, we'll look into it.
create
That's a good
and
idea.
moving forward. That's all I had a question for. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 2 is an ordinance authorizing amendment to motor vehicle and traffic regulations, Municipal Code, Article 10, Schedule 21, to add parking reserve for handicapped persons at North 7th Street.
Make the motion.
Second motion.
We have a motion second on item number 2, and there's a public hearing for this item. If anybody has questions or concerns, please come to the podium and state them. Seeing nobody, will close the public comment, or public hearing, excuse me. Any comments of commissioners? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 3 is an ordinance authorizing the private sale of 4 undersized and unimproved lots, lots number 3487, 3488, 3489, and 3490 in block number 179, owned by the city, to Brian Burt and Rosa Burt, who are the owners of contiguous lots, lots number 3512, 3513, 3514, 3515, and 3516 in block 179.
Make the motion on ordinance in the second reading, item number 3.
Second motion.
A motion second on item number 3. There's a public hearing. If anybody has any questions, concerns, or comments, please come to the podium. Seeing nobody, will close the public hearing. Comments of commissioners?
Yeah, this is in Laurel Lake, the lots they own. They were planning on building a house there. Those lots are all very small lots, if you guys have ever looked at the tax map. So they need the additional lots to go ahead and build their house. So that's the reason for this one.
Good.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 4 is an ordinance amending Millville City Code, Chapter 5, Alcoholic Beverage Control, Article 2, Licenses, Section 5-5, Licenses and Fees.
Make a motion on ordinance in the second reading on item number 4.
Second motion.
A motion second on item number 4. There's a public hearing. If anybody has questions or concerns, please come to the podium and state those. Seeing nobody, we'll close the public hearing. Closing comments of commissioners.
Yes, this is just to get into the modern times and update all of our licensing and fees for our alcohol beverage control for packaged goods and your bars and restaurants and such. So getting with the modern times and making the city more money.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 5 is an ordinance authorizing the private sale of certain undersized lots, lots 2 and 5 in Block 360, to the 2 existing contiguous landowners pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13B5. There's no motion, so this one fails due to lack of motion. Okay. Noted.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, item 6, an ordinance authorizing amending Millville City Code, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 13, Public Access to Government Records, Section 2-50.4, Procedures and Fees for Purchasing Copies of Government Records, increasing the price of certified copies of birth and marriage certificates from $15 to $20.
Move the ordinance on second reading.
Second motion.
A motion second on item number 6. Any comments?
I'm sorry. Did somebody second? I'm sorry, I missed that. Rob was talking.
There was a motion and second.
So was that you second? Okay, thank you. I apologize.
There's a public hearing as well on this item. If anybody has any questions or concerns, please come to the podium. Seeing nobody, will close the public hearing. Comments of commissioners? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 7 is an ordinance amending Millville City Code, Chapter 17, Article 13, Bureau of Emergency Medical Services to add new Section 17-99, reimbursement for standby services.
Make the motion?
Second motion.
A motion second on item number 7. Public hearing. If anybody has a question, concerns, please come to the podium. Seeing nobody, will close the public hearing. Any closing comment or comments, commissioners? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 8 is an ordinance authorizing the private sale of certain undersized lots, lots 2 and 5 in Block 360, to the 2 existing contiguous landowners pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13B5.
ordinances under the first reading, please.
All right, item 1 is an ordinance accepting the dedication or streets within the community known as Forest Walk.
Move the ordinance on first reading.
Second motion?
A motion second on item number 1. Any comments?
Yes, this is a long time coming. I know the people of Forest Walk will be happy that it's finally occurring, but let's just say it took a long time to get the contractors and developers to do what they were supposed to do. They've done it, so now we'll take over the roads.
I appreciate everybody's hard work. Jeff, your consistent with the city engineering and just everybody on the engineering and city side to make this happen. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes,
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 2 is an ordinance amending Millville City Code, Chapter 11, Bureau of Permits and Inspections, Article 15, State and Mandated Lead Paint Inspections, subsection 11 through 115, Inspections H2.
Move the ordinance on first reading of item number 2.
Second motion.
Motion second on item number 2. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
yes,
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 3 is an ordinance amending Millville City Code, Chapter 61, Streets and Roads, to repeal Article 4 through 8 pertaining to waste disposal and collection, and to enact new Chapter 62 entitled Solid Waste and Recycling in order to create a solid waste utility to streamline regulations for the collection of disposal of solid waste, recyclables, construction, and yard waste.
Make a motion on the first reading.
Second motion.
A motion second on item number 2. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
yes,
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Consent agenda items, please.
Alrighty, all matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the Board of Commissioners and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the governing body member so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Item 1 is a resolution authorizing the City of Millville to apply for and obtain a grant from the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs American Rescue Plan Firefighter Grant for approximately $75,000. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing adjustments in the tax and utility records. Item 3 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2023 budget, which is now available from the State of New Jersey in the form of the National Opioid Abatement Trust 1 in the amount of $5,946.09. Item 4 is a resolution approving a discharge of mortgage executed by James Russell for property located at 207 East Broad Street, Block 359, Lot 3. Item 5 is a resolution approving a discharge of mortgage executed by Timothy Williams, Lois Williams, and Linda Taylor for property located at 510 Manor Avenue, Block 402, Lot 9. Item 6 is a resolution approving a discharge of mortgage executed by James Barrow for property located at 6 Jewel Road, Block 205, Lot 24. Item 7 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a grant application and grant agreement for grant funding from the South Jersey Gas First Responder Grant Program in the amount of $3,600 to fund the purchase of 6 gas meters. That was a tongue twister. Just need a motion to approve that. I'm going to kill Joanna for that one.
I make a. I was reading along with you, and I was like,
Very good job.
Grant, gas, grant.
I make a motion to approve all items on the consent agenda.
Second motion.
Motion and second to approve all consent agenda items. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
yes,
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Resolutions, please.
Alrighty. Item 1 is a resolution approving a person-to-person transfer per consumption license from Village Culinary LLC to LJR Millville LLC. Millville LL LLC.
Make motion.
second motion,
I have motion, second on resolution, item number 1. Any comments? And roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
yes,
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing First Amendment to professional services contract with Bowman and Company LLP for an additional amount of $5,000 with a new total contract award of $100,750.
Move the resolution. I have certification of funds in the amount of $5,000 signed by the CFO, Marcellus Shepherd.
Second motion.
Motion and second on resolution item number 2. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 3 is a resolution rescinding letter of support for suitability of cannabis business with Bloom Medicinals of PA LLC at Block 581, Lot 4, 609 Orange Street.
Move the resolution of item number 3.
Second motion.
Motion and second on item number 3. Any comments?
Yes. As suspected, this merry-go-round keeps going around with guys coming and guys going, his financing runs out or other problems occur. So this is another part of that, unfortunately.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 4 is a resolution rescinding letter of support for suitability of cannabis business with Fortune Farms LLC at Block 264, Lot 12, 1401 Wheaton Avenue.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
I have a motion and second on resolution item number 4. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 5 is a resolution rescinding letter of support for suitability of cannabis business with Canachai LLC at Block 264, Lot 12, 1401 Wheaton Avenue.
Move the resolution on item number 5.
Second motion.
A motion and second on resolution item number 5. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 6 is a resolution authorizing an application to the New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Authority for $50,000 for special events in the UEZ zone for 2024.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
I have a motion and second on resolution item number 6. Any comments? So I spoke with Sam about this, and it's just really quick. We had, I think, a really great experience this last year with being able to have bigger and larger events in the city, and we were getting those funds through the UEZ, so we were applying for additional funds for 2024. So bigger, more fun events and free events for people in the city to attend. A lot more planning for Sam. I know she loves it, so, but I think she put on some really great events this year and just looking forward to planning more. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 7 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a grant application to the New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Authority for a grant in the amount of $14,250 to cover Millville's share of the cost of the preparation of a 5-year Urban Enterprise Zone Development Plan by Triad Incorporated on behalf of the Enterprise Zone Development Corporation of Vineland and Millville.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
A motion second on resolution item number 7. Any comments?
Yes, it's a requirement of the plan by the state for us to contract this out to a consultant to do this. So that's why we're not doing it in-house.
And Tribe was the only,
They're the only viable alternative, yeah.
we're the only ones that put in a bid, so,
Yeah.
and we work with them already, so they're a great entity to work with. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 8 is a resolution authorizing a redevelopment agreement and purchase and sale agreement for property identified as Block 418, lots 1.01 and 1.02, known as 10 Buck Street and 20 Buck Street, with 10 Buck Street Eats LLC.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
I have a motion and second on resolution number 8. Any comments?
Yeah, just one. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the meeting, but I just wanted to thank the county. I mean, they were gracious enough to sell this building to us for $1 with the understanding of the sale price that they would get half of it. So they realized the need to not only get rid of a building that's basically became useless to them, but also for the economic development of downtown Millville. So kudos to the commissioners and and Doug Albrecht for allowing this to happen as well.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to what our restaurant's going to be there. I know there's going to be a lot of work that goes into it. Totally, the thought that I had just
Well,
went
I'm hungry
somewhere.
already, so.
Yeah, so, all right. Roll call.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
All right, motion
I
carries.
don't know where that went. New business, please.
Okay, I just need a motion to authorize the city clerk to advertise for bids for the project known as High Street Downtown Sidewalk Improvements Phase 1.
Make motion.
Thank you. Second motion.
I have a motion and a second on new business item number 1. Any comments? Ms. Gears, this is, I think, what you were talking about as far as the sidewalk pavers. We finally are putting this out to bid to get those pavers replaced. This is part of UEZ funding, and something that we wanted to repair so nobody's tripping along High Street anymore. I don't know why we put pavers in, but I guess there's no way to,
They're already there.
they're already there, so it's kind of, yeah.
Well,
It's
and
a
at least,
horrendous cost to
and at
replace.
least
To
we have,
replace the whole thing would be
but to add to that, at least we are removing some of the trees that are forcing
that as
those
well, which is
pavers up
causing the
everywhere.
fact that they're coming up because of that.
Correct,
Just
and as I was-
whoever's brilliant idea to
I
plant
was-
trees.
Yeah,
but-
planting the trees, well, you can talk to, Mayor, you can talk to your shade tree commission about that one. But you can see the potted plants, the big pots that we have currently on High Street. That's the remedy
remedy, yes.
to still have trees and create a nice urban area downtown for our downtown residencies. But that's the fix. But obviously, the shade tree will have a different comment, and I know that. Because trees are good.
Yes, we need trees. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
All right, motion carries. And the second one is I just need a motion to authorize the following special event on public lands application pending approvals. So it's the annual Christmas parade sponsored by Greater Millville Chamber of Commerce on Friday, November 24th, 2023 on High Street from Sharp to Smith. And also the 2023 Holiday Bazaar sponsored by Glasstown Brewing Company on Saturday, December 2nd from 11 to 5 at 10 Peterson Street.
Make a motion.
Second the motion.
Motion and second on new business item number 2. Any comments? I guess we have to approve the Christmas parade, right? It is happening. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, public comment. We have now reached public comment portion of the meeting. If anybody would like to address the commission, please go to the podium, state your name, your address, and your concerns, and please limit those comments to 5 minutes.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name's Jonathan Pays. I live at 1217 Geisel Drive. I'd like to start off with complimenting the Streets and Roads Department, Commissioner Watson. Nice job by the team coming through the neighborhood over the last couple of days, collecting leaves. There's a lot. Larry can attest. He went through quite a few today, too. So pass the word back to the guys if you would. Good job. The other thing I wanted to share with the Commissioners was I was recently appointed to the County Planning Board. So myself and Wayne are two of the representatives from the city of Millville. I understand Wayne was recently appointed as well, so he's relatively new to the board, although very experienced. I've got some experience too with Wayne working over the zoning board. I worked on the zoning board many years ago for a few years with Wayne, so I got a good working relationship with him. Also, I've talked with Bob Gallagher. Bobby and I have had a good working relationship over the last 10 years. Professionally, we've both been project managers at the nuclear plant. So I've had a discussion with Bob and let the planning board members know that I would be engaged in that board membership. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So in the interest of the city, I will coordinate and talk to you guys as events take place. That's all I had. Everybody have a happy holiday and enjoy yourself over Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you.
Usually.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Be my guest. I need a good-looking person next to me to make me look better. Good evening, everybody. My name is Anthony DeSantis, and I'd like to compliment the commission this evening. This is the first time since I've been here. Actually, when I say the first time, this is the first commission where I've actually seen history. You're following in FDR's famous words. You know, a lot of people don't remember what happened during the Great Depression and afterwards, but one of the things that was said is just put people to work. People don't want welfare, they don't want handouts. They're looking for employment. They're looking for change, they're looking for advancement, no matter where it's coming from. Government is not in place to make money. Government is in place to make things happen for the people. By bringing in new businesses, which this commission has been extremely aggressive, by allowing people to work, what they've done is they've created noise in the community, and good noise, where as you know, I'm extremely involved in many different aspects of business. But when I first came here, the biggest issue was Millville. Look it up on the internet, look it up on the website, look at the statistics, right? And unfortunately, back then, it had a negative connotation. You know, you're speaking about those pavers that is lining the streets. Well, those pavers are a sense of beauty. Those trees, some elegance that bring forward to this beautiful city that's here. Many look at Millville as a lost city, that it should be just forgotten. I don't see that. I see a lot of good people, hardworking people, people that could band together in order to create, you know, and bring what Mr. Wheaton once saw in this town. And he was able to build a successful business and unite the city through his fruits of his labor. So I would like to thank each and every one of you, Brock and Jeannie included, for everything that you've done for the city. I don't think that, you know, they give you enough recognition for everything that you've done. And a lot of people give you grief unnecessarily, looking at the minutiae, the minute details, without understanding the entire, you know, picture. Sometimes you have to be involved. You have to understand a little bit of the finances, a little bit of the market. I mean, this is the worst economy we've had in years. I mean, the bond market, short-term interest rates. When have you ever seen the bond market that's more positive about short-term than long-term rates? I mean, many people out there don't even understand what that means. But even the government, and I'll translate a few, and I know my time's almost up, so I'll cut this very short. But even the government is not sure of its future. That's why the interest rates, you know, everybody's betting on short-term interest rates. But Millville is a long-term play. And I believe if we all work together, we could make this a great place to live. Thank you, and have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. DeSantis.
Larry Malone, also Geisel Drive. Oh, did Jonathan leave?
Yes.
I actually made notes like a young person here. 4 quick things. The Peace on Earth sign is up. Thank you. That's Sam Cruz, obviously.
That's our department, yeah.
I love the Peace on Earth sign. I look for that every year. I wanted to talk, Channel 10. We got recognition yesterday, Channel 10. The mayor had an interview on there from Vineland. An event in Vineland for needy people.
Salvation Army.
Salvation Army.
It was their Thanksgiving
And
Day.
it's mayor of Millville. We made Channel 10 news. She, as the only public official at a Vineland event, which was cool. The quick hit on the parade.
You could say that a little louder. You know, we're here in Millville. It's okay.
Yeah. So the parade, just a little bit behind the scenes. If you want to be in the parade, you're supposed to sign up online. You know, Sam Cruz, the chamber, wherever you sign up. You pull in to the street. I believe it's Albertson in front of the Millville Savings and Loan. Probably around 5:30 to 6:30. So you know how that works. If you're not even signed up, you can just come. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, but you gotta. There's a table there. There's a table with a light. You pull up and register. You can register right there. But we're lining up on a street, so there's no reserved spots. If you want to be in the beginning of the parade, you get there at 5:30. If you want to be at the end of the parade, you get there at 6:30, because we're just lining up as you first come, first serve. There's nowhere to stage things. We just have 4 lanes and we line up. So it's supposed to be nice weather. So I would rather have a big parade and a beautiful parade than limit it to if you signed up or not. Just come and sign up. The fourth thing, I totally agree with the Buck Street thing, with what you guys are doing. Thank you. You have an assessed value of a property. I'm a real estate agent and I do appraisals, but not business. But you have an assessed value. The assessed value is different in every city depending on when you did the assessment last. Like, when was the last time Millville did an assessment of, I don't even know. It's
Slippery slope. There's another one going to be coming now that you mentioned it, Larry.
right. So so
Thank you.
when I go into a city, I just sold a house in Williamstown and it's assessed at $150,000 and it's sold for $280,000. So it doesn't have anything to do, when I do an appraisal on a house, it has nothing to do with the tax assessment, because that could be 20 years old, it could be 1 year old, it could be 30 years old. Bridgeton has crazy values and they have crazy high taxes. Bridgeton property taxes, being we're in the Millville here, Bridgeton property taxes are nuts compared to, they're very high. So just the fact that if it was assessed however long ago for $700,000, that has nothing to do with the appraised value. Assessment appraisals is all different. And it's a building that's sitting there rotting. You sit there and from the street, you can see it rotting. The wood is rotted. And then your neighbors are people sitting there, they're lifetime drug addicts or whatever, they're sitting in the gazebo. So by opening a business, it creates momentum. So we get ratables, jobs, and momentum. Bring other businesses. We got to get that area rolling. Then the negative question I have, which I never thought of, how far
That's why
does
you have to think now.
because how far does the Green Acres go? Like,
The Green Acres surrounds that building.
I'm so
In other words, if
disappointed.
you wanted to make that building 2 feet bigger, you can't do
You
it.
can't do it.
But how about if you want to build more businesses there along the river?
You can't do it.
There's certain areas that aren't Green Acres, but the Riverwalk is Green Acres, and all around that building are Green Acres.
Oh.
You can't believe how much green acres are in this city.
So how far does the Green Acres go towards like the rescue squad building back in that area?
It goes back along the Riverwalk back there. It doesn't encompass that.
Doesn't come in.
That whole area. back
When,
there.
where does it stop? Does it go behind the
I don't know.
library?
I have to look at a map.
It's on the other side of the river, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is on the other side.
Well, I understand, the other side of the river, I just thought we were going to be able to develop that.
Well, part of it we can, part of it we can't.
Okay, well, anyway, keep working at it. I appreciate you, I think that's a great deal, the Buck Street.
Hey, Larry, before you leave the microphone, no dirt bikes and four-wheelers in this parade this year, right? Whether they just show up or not?
I don't know.
Read
Yes.
the rules.
That's the correct answer.
last meeting, in case they show up.
Oh, for the Christmas parade?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't heard that. Oh, I know.
We know,
I'm not in charge.
you are a great volunteer for the parade, Mr. Malone. We know that. Rain or shine, cold or warm.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to look.
How we doing? Jeff Ortman, 1120 Yellowwood Terrace, specifically Forest Walk. 17 years and 82 days today. I took ownership of my home. Over $100,000 in on-time tax payments. Several other commissions that I tried working with to no avail. Happy to say my kids will be finally able to get roller skates for Christmas. They could use out in the streets. But I wanted to come. My grandparents, my parents always told me, if you're going to say please, you better say thank you. So came here to thank everybody. It's happy to know I just bought a brand new car, so I'm not going to be going through a foot of snow. Hopefully this winter it'll be plowed. The streets will be swept. But again, I'm here just to say thank you for your hard work, and I appreciate everything and your communication, records, requests, emails. Sometimes maybe not as nice as I intend to be, but I appreciate working through the diplomatic process, and I thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Seeing nobody else will close the public comment portion of tonight's meeting. We go to closing comments of commissioners. Commissioner Romanek?
Yes, I thank everybody for being here and watching and engaging with us. I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the turkey or ham if you have it. I will unfortunately not be here for the Christmas parade, even though I have been in years past, but I am traveling up north to visit family for Thanksgiving this year. So all is well that ends well. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Mr. Watson?
Yeah, thanks again to my department and for Forest Walk. I remember I was working for the sewer department. We'd plow the south side and we'd come up on the intersections where we were cut off. We couldn't go in, and I just remember thinking it was just so messed up. So everybody that worked on that project to get that development in the city hands so we could take care of it. I mean, that's awesome, and they should feel real proud. Everybody that put in that work. So good news. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you. Commissioner Hewitt?
Thank you. Got to give a shout out to public safety naturally. Christmas season's coming. They're going to be busier. They're going to be out there. Give them a shout. Give them a hi. Let them know that you appreciate them. And
Buy 'em a coffee.
see everybody at the Christmas parade. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Well, I want to thank everybody who worked on Forest Walk with us, specifically our engineer. I mean, he leads that stuff up. He makes sure stuff gets inspected. He's doing it to all the developments now that, are having problems, and we have a few developers and contractors that don't really want to follow what they agreed to do. So we're pushing them and making them do that. So I'm glad he's there. Next, third in, I don't know, is it Whittle or Whittle? How do you say that?
Whittle, I think.
Whittle, I think. Anyway, so we're looking at putting a four-way stop there.
Very needed.
It's been coordinated through traffic safety, streets and roads, and I don't know why that has to go to engineering, but it does. So engineering's working on it now to get whatever else they have to do done.
And that's been a target of the traffic safety team.
Right, so that's
since
been
we've
a problem
involved.
for an area, and I don't know why we didn't think
Racetrack.
about it. I don't know why we didn't think about doing that before. Just didn't, I don't know, the thought didn't apparently cross anybody's mind, I guess, but it has now, so we're working on that. And happy Thanksgiving with that progress.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here and watching this evening. Just a few last things that I wanted to mention. As Mr. Malone mentioned, I was asked to attend the Vineland Salvation Army Thanksgiving, food donation. They served, it was Major Gonzalez and his wife who invited me to come, and they served over 1,200 families, and it wasn't just the full Salvation Army donations. It was local donations of local ShopRites, other entities within the Cumberland County, and it's a very humbling experience to see your community lining up for food for a holiday, where we just take it for granted being able to go in and get what we need to celebrate a holiday with our family. However, I know that here in the city of Millville, we're working diligently to continue to make progress and see economic development. And I thank everybody that is putting that work in. I hope that those numbers hopefully will drop year after year, that the numbers of families that we have to serve, meaning that those families are able to find jobs and be able to afford to buy a turkey and be able to provide and have a dinner with their families. Again, it's a very humbling experience to see, and I do appreciate them asking me to be there. Thursday is our Turkey Day game against Vineland. Once a bowl, always a bowl. The game starts at 10:30 at Wheaton Field. So please come out, wear your orange and blue, and support our Thunderbolts. I think it's going to be chilly this year. Last two games we got pretty lucky and had some nice weather, so please come out and support them. As mentioned, the Christmas parade is this year. Very, very busy parade, and I believe we have 4 bands this year, so lots of music starting from the beginning to the end with our alumni marching band. And as Benjamin said, he's not going to be with us, so I decided that because it's Candyland, I had to come up with a theme. Nobody wants to see a boring politician walking down High Street waving. I just think that's boring. So I'm going to be dressed up as Princess Lollipop. and I'll be in the sponsored car by New Jersey Motorsports Park. And I just hope everybody comes out. It's a great time. Santa Claus comes down. He lights the tree at the end. And it is really just the start of the great season of the holiday season. And I just want to thank everybody here, our commission, our city employees, everything that you do. I'm so grateful and thankful for everybody. The continued support of the commission and our community. Your opinions, positive, negative, good, bad, whatever, we appreciate them. It makes us better at what we do. It makes us think about what we're doing. So thank you. So I'm so thankful for so many things, but if I sat here, I'd be here all night. I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, a blessed time with your families, and most of all, safe travels. It is one of the busiest times of year to be traveling, so please be safe and enjoy your time with your family. God bless you all. I just need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in